What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. There, the boy's done good. It's all like rounded off on the corners and all that stuff. It just needs dressing up and get all the machine marks and stuff out now. However, I am having to have a bit of a tidy up because we might be having a dignitary turn up later on. I kid you not. Yeah, it's a workshop. He's got to understand that. He's not going to open a shopping centre or something like that. Doesn't smell all fresh paint and stuff. It's a workshop. It smells oily. Right, I need you. It's about as tidy as it's going to get. It's not amazing. I've still got stuff everywhere, and I did have to pull out the TIG welder and do a quick job for Jack. Come on, go in. I hate these connectors. I need to get the longer reel ones. So now all I've got to do is just dress them up. So this is the hanger. You can see where it's all, where are you? You can see where it's machined. It's kind of stripy where I've done all the passes to it. All the corners are quite sharp and that as well. So I just want to try and knock them down, get rid of the machining marks, and dress it up a little bit and make it look the part. Then we can stick it on the bike. No. Random. There we go. Yes, I probably should have worn a mask. No, I haven't got one. Yes, I do keep meaning to get one, but, you know, I ain't got one yet. Right then, we have a guest in the shop. Hello. This is the Dark Lord Fuzzy Butt, apparently. And he's just rocked it. He actually bought me a present, look. I'm going to have to... how am I going to do this? Ideally, you would be up there. I'll get a picture and I'll show you, but basically he's rocked up with some very lovely nuts and bolts and stuff. These are for the engine. So, what was it? You've got yourself a Bandit...
It's a Mark II Bandit 600 with a GSXR 750 engine in it.
There you go. And he's done a proper pretty job on it, it has to be said. But he's got loads of bits and bobs that's left over. So these are like all the top bolts and everything in the engine. All the case cover bolts and all that stuff, they're all going to get replaced as well. I think
they're all easy ones.
Yeah, so it's going to be dressing the engine up for sure when that all gets done. This morning I also went, I don't know if you can see it, but in the passenger seat on the van there is an oven, which I got this morning. So as well as having pizzas and stuff in here, I'll be doing things like, you know, where we take all the engine cases apart. I'll have something I can cure stuff in now as well. He's just going to go underneath the bench somewhere once I find some room. So anyway, thank you very so much for that. That's dead cool. So all I've done on these is I've just took the machining marks out basically. I will get a picture and show you. But this is all going to kind of fit up like that. Which it does. Which it does very nicely actually. So I'm going to put these back on the jig, get them the right length so they kind of sit where I want them to sit, and then we can get all this like tacked on and try it out. Only trouble is I haven't got a back wheel to it, and I can't put a back wheel into it because Simon Rolls has got the rear shock. We'll figure it out, it'll be alright, be alright. Alright, so I'm just mocking stuff up. These all nice and tight in. These brackets, they're on the centre of the tube, which is kind of how I want it, and I've got maybe, I don't know, 6mm clearance between the lever and the frame. I could always move these out a little bit, that would be alright, if I wanted some more. Which I could do, because then it puts this face in line with the outside of the tube. Right, we're probably going to do that then. Right, so I've got 2 more of these. I just need to chop these off at 65 degrees, same as these two. We can stick it all together with the bars between, which I will need to shorten down a bit, I think. And then I can get it all tacked in place. Right. Right, so chop those 2 off there. Ideal. I don't know why I thought I was going to get this done today. I really wanted to be looking at the exhaust. Because this was going to be like a really quick and easy thing. However, Alistair rocked up with those bolts. That was really nice of him, actually. Really nice. They're going to finish off the top of the engine. Lovely. So we had a bit of a yap and everything else. And then when he's gone, this Jack rocks up with another one of his brain fart, I've invented this thing and I'm going to take over the world and retire at the age of 14 ideas. And then you sit there like chatting with him about it for an hour. Both agree it's a dumbass idea and he should just go back to work. But the trouble is your whole day is gone. So I'm going to have to crack on with this on Monday because it is now 4:30. I need to leave because we're off out tonight. But I'll be back. Right, I've now got a set of rear sets. Tabs is all welded on and they're fully welded, so I'm hoping they don't have to come off. But look who's back in the house there. Jamie's come to say hello. I haven't seen one of them in a while, so it's just nice to shoot the breeze and stuff. But I am happy with them. A lot happier with them than I am with them. Because they're horrible. So I've probably got, I think we measured it, it was like 9mm clearance between the inside of the lever and the frame, which is fine. This all runs up nice and close to as well. And there's loads of wiggle room to this, so I hate that lever though. I need to remake the lever. It's just a weird shape and I don't like how that's tapered but the bull nose bit is straight because it's not in the middle or anything else. It just looks like poo. So that will get replaced, but that will get replaced after dyno run. And I can make up a little bracket to join onto the master cylinder. So that'll be fine. That'll be peachy. So it's just the gear shift run for this thing, which I'm probably going to need to make another longer one, which, you know, is what it is. But I need to make sure that's going to clear. So I need to sit on it as well and see if it's all right. Let's do that bit. Because whilst you're here, you can sit on it as well and go, I mean, you know, bit wobbly, bit dodgy looking, but it'll be fine, it'll be all right, it'll be all right. Here's my thing, he needs to go up. I had loads of people doing the whole, I don't want my knees in my armpits, I'm 65. See, it's only a little bit dodgy because I haven't got a swing arm, so there's no paddock stand in the back end of it. And it's all just a little bit... You don't look dodgy at all, does it? Is there any weight on that? Oh, see, that's fine.
Yeah.
That is actually really good.
Is it?
It's dead comfy. You have a go. Ooh. I reckon it's all right. It's not like modern sports bike, knees in your armpits.
That's not actually that bad, is it?
How tall are you? I'm 6'1".
5'11".
5'11".
Yeah. Ish.
So I've got like really long legs as well.
I mean, it's a stretch, isn't it?
Yeah, well I need to raise the clip-ons up. They could, like, if you was to bring it up like an inch.
But actually, leg-wise, it's fine, isn't it?
Because your knee tucks in here quite nice as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
So as long as the seat is
actual...
about that height, I wouldn't bounce on it. There's nothing underneath you.
Is this welded or tacked?
Oh, they're welded on. It's just that there's no...
I think actually that's quite a comfy position. But like you say, these just need to be raised up.
It needs to come up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you were to put your knuckles on top of the bars so it pushes you back a bit, that's quite a difference, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
So I reckon if I machine some clip-ons that mimic the top of the yoke, but move this up like an inch,
yeah,
that'll
it
be...
come up too far, does it? Because then your back's in an awkward.
Yeah.
You want to push your arse out and kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon we're in. That is going to work. It's going to work. Right, we've got rear sets, and they are set in a very sensible place as well. Me and Jamie have both jumped on it, and it's comfortable for both of us. Your legs are nicely tucked into those cutouts in the tank. You know, it's not knees in your armpits and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to space the pegs out just a little bit, and it's mostly to keep them even on both sides, but I want a little bit more clearance for where the gear shift goes. Just, it's going to make more sense basically. But apart from that, they're in. That's it, sorted. I've got to sort out a bracket for the rear brake master cylinder, which is going to be easy enough to do. And we're not going to need that for dyno. It's just on just to make sure I've got clearance for the swing arm and all that stuff. Everything's peachy. I'm going to get some little M8 weld nuts that I can weld on the back of the tabs on the frame for the rear sets, just because it, you know, that way everything's located where I want it to be and it's all permanent with the frame, so that's all going to be sweet. However, it is now 12:20. I need to get off and go and do my work and whatnot. I'm starving, so I need to get something on the way. But there you go, I'll be back. I'm back. Today's now Tuesday. I've just been doing the weekly update video and this, that and the other, so it's like 10:30 already. But I haven't got as much done as I wanted to, so we're just cracking on. So this morning I've also made some of these little spaces. Let me show you. It's like a real basic, oh come on, focus, do the focus thing. Is that in? So it's just a little spacer, that's all it is, made out of alley. These spaces go on sort of behind, between the footrest hanger, the rear set's hanger, and the actual lever itself, if that makes sense, just to space things out. The stock ones that come with it, I think they're 9mm. I've made these 12 just to give me a little bit more clearance, because I'm running a chunkier frame, and where the gear shift linkage lever goes down to the engine for the gear shift bracket sort of thing, it's just a little bit close. So I've remade these just to give me a little bit more clearance. We'll get these shoved on, see what it looks like, and see how much space we've got with that linkage on. And the other thing is, I can't find the, the splines that stick out of the engine, out of the gearbox, and then you've got that little thing that bolts onto it, that grabs hold of the splines. I can't find that bit. I'll put it somewhere safe. It's probably with my engine mount, so I need to have a look for that. Right, I found it. It was buried in the box. I don't know, somewhere around there. That'll do. We'll tweak it when I sit on the thing. I might end up remaking this this linkage, just because there's an awful lot of thread sticking out and I don't think we're going to need it. That'll be quite a straightforward, simple job. And I've got some alley stock that I can use to do it. At the minute I've set it up as race pattern. That's just the way I like it. And it'll be me that's riding the bike first, so that's just the way it's going to get done. But to change it over to road pattern, essentially you just swap this link, or you could take this off and just switch that over. So essentially pushing it down, you know, moves the arm in the other way around. What I might do is when I remake these levers, make them so they're interchangeable. So you could just flip it upside down, put your toe peg on the other side, and that way you could have it as race or road pattern. I think that will be a good thing to do, actually, because I don't know what someone's going to want. If it, you know, road bike, you'd think, you know, road pattern. But once you try a race pattern, it actually kind of makes sense. But anyway, there we go. So that's what we're doing. I've got loads of clearance, which is nice. Well, I say loads of clearance. There's probably 3mm either side. But clearance is clearance. And I would rather have it all tucked in and lovely looking than sticking out in the breeze. Right, so that's that side done. Let's have a look at the other side. Right, so brake side. I've had this bit off. This bit normally just screws onto the bottom of the brake master cylinder thread, and essentially that would go sort of over top of your lever or whatever. Obviously we're stepped out here, so that ain't going to happen. So I need to make up some sort of a doohickey thing that joins this to that, and is nice and strong, but looks quite good. There is, I don't know if you can see where you are, but there is loads of movement on this. In and out movement is probably, I don't know, 10, 15 mil, something like that. I hate these levers. These levers will be getting redone, but I'm going to keep all the points in the same place. I might even remachine this, actually. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I could do. Essentially, I could open that hole up and just slot it all the way through. So, oh yeah, but then my slot is going to be different. I don't know. It may just be that I slot that out. I really haven't decided yet. But I need a way of joining this to that. And if I do remake these, I'm going to keep all the points the same. And I want this to be straight when you view it from the back. I don't want it over at an angle, because that would just look stupid. So I need to come up with an idea of something in here. I suppose I could machine a cam. You know, like an off-centre bit that goes on here. Then cross-drill it that way. Oh, that could be quite cool. Right, I need to have a think about that, and I need to get some measurements. I'll CAD something up and see what I can come up with, I think. That could be an interesting little project with a four-jaw on the chuck. Right. Right, so rear sets is basically done, bar that little doohickey thing to join the lever to the brake master cylinder. I do have an idea, which could be quite a fun thing to do on the lathe, actually. I haven't machined like an off-centre feature on a piece of alley or anything yet, but I've got a four-jaw chuck and I could do that. I just need to take some measurements and make sure my idea is going to work. But if it does work, then it's all going to tie in really nicely, and I can do it out of alley, so it all matches everything else, and that'll be quite good. I've been pulling a few other little bits and pieces out, like, you know, throttle assembly and, you know, switch gear and all that other sort of stuff, so we can start mocking things up. But it's dyno day. That's what I need to get ready for, so that's what I'm concentrating on. What was I going to say? Heel guards. I do need to get some heel guards sorted, because I don't want all that getting scratched up, and where the chain run goes, obviously you want to keep your heel out the chain, so it's going to be a very good thing to have. I'll get those done. I might just warn Crispy about it and tell him not to stamp on the chain. I don't know. Crispy did say he was going to come down before dyno day just to have a look over it and go, okay, well, yeah, that's fine, we'll run it as is. Or, well, you really need to put a hill guard on there because of the chain. Stuff like that. But I'll get his okay, because he's going to be the fella sitting on it at the end of the day, isn't he? Giving it the beans. So I might leave that until he's had a look, and if he's happy to run with it, then he's happy to run with it. If not, then I'll just make it and we can have that before dyno day. That'll be fine. But apart from that, I think we're going on all right. I have been pulling a few other bits and pieces out, like switch gear for the start, stop, kill switch and throttle assembly, and all that stuff is going to have to go on. I'm not bothered about doing the clip-ons yet. He'll just have to put up with them and stretch. But I guess the next job is going to be, whilst I've got all the back end loose, I'm going to do that chain run and then crack on with exhausts. I think that's where I'm going to be focusing coming over the weekend. But at least this bit is done. That's another bit ticked off. So happy days, eh? But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for this one, because I need to chip off and edit some videos. It's now 11:30, so I might even get one done today. But that's where I'm going to leave it. So thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you're well and staying safe. We'll see you on the next one. Laters!